Hey guys, Reese here and welcome back to my channel. Real estate can be nerve-wracking for many people. And in one of my more recent previous videos, we talked about why 95% of people fail or never get started in real estate. And the number one reason why is because fear holds them back from taking that first step and buying that first property. And one way I suggested to get started in that video was to start very small. Buy a duplex and house hack it. Live in one side, rent out the other. Buying a duplex and house hacking, even if you vastly miscalculate the numbers, which is very hard to do if you just have a little common sense, watch some educational videos on how to analyze a property, and pay attention, do your due diligence. Very hard to miscalculate the numbers. However, even if you do on a small deal, a owner-occupied duplex, it's not the end of the world. The payment is small on it. You can most likely cover that payment with your W-2 income, even if you didn't have a tenant on the other side at all. And this is just perfect because you can slowly learn how to manage a rental property with, one tenant, maybe manage small construction projects and keep contractors in order and on time, as well as learn from any other small mistakes you might make and probably will make on that first rental property without it being a huge deal financially. And I'll go ahead and link that video in this one if you're interested in watching. I think some of the points I brought up in that video are great for new investors to pay attention to so you don't let them hold you back as you progress in your real estate journey. Anyway, buying a duplex and house hacking it is exactly how I got started in real estate a couple years ago now. I bought a small duplex, actually with a partner, house hacked it, lived in one side, rented out the other, and that one worked out great. Made a lot of mistakes on it, didn't make a ton of money from cash flow. The area has appreciated substantially, so definitely have on that side. But it's pretty much a break-even property, learned a lot from some small mistakes that nothing financially devastating, but it was a low stress way to get into real estate. Unlike the way that some, real estate gurus teach you, like Grant Cardoneing, where you should buy 32 units, dive in. That's tough because you make a small mistake on 32 units, that turns into a financial nightmare. Make a small mistake on a duplex, not a big deal. And jumping straight into that 32 unit, many of us, probably 95% of us, are going to be too afraid to take action at the end of the day and never actually get into real estate. However, there is one thing that recently happened to me that I think might be the slightly over-exaggerated, scariest thing that's happened to me in my real estate investing journey so far. So guys, before we dive into that, I'd love it if you go ahead and like this video. Go ahead and subscribe if you're new to the channel. I really appreciate you all being here and showing the support that you guys have. Also, feel free to leave a comment down below, as so far I have answered every single comment that I get on this YouTube channel that is positive or asking a question. So let's keep that going. Keep challenging me. Keep giving me more comments to get back to. I love seeing them all. So thank you so much. Now, full disclaimer, I'm not sure this video will actually teach you guys anything today. This is something that I was just noticing recently as I was analyzing a new rental property. And I thought I'd bring it up with you guys as, many people are aware of, that big hurdle that you'll overcome buying your first property. However, there are additional hurdles just on your way to growing your career in real estate that you should be aware of and pay attention to, and understand that hurdles will forever come up through your entire career, and you'll feel that pain inside you as you grow and you become more confident. It never goes away. There's just different things to overcome through your journey. So figured I'd bring it up. If you guys were looking for an educational video today, might not be your video, but thank you anyway for watching. So as I said earlier, the nice thing about buying that first duplex and starting small in real estate is that your W-2 income, if you're working a full-time job, part-time job, should most likely cover the entire principal, interest, taxes, and insurance payment on that house, your PITI. So for example, if you buy a $150,000 house, your PITI on that house is probably around $900, depending on your area for taxes and the interest on the loan. Well, for most people, $900 is less than you'd be paying in rent, let alone substantially less than what your after-tax income is from your W-2 job. And like I said, the slightly exaggerated, scariest moment in my real estate investing career so far has been the realization that the combined PITI payments on all my properties has now surpassed my W-2 income. For lower income earners, this happens pretty much right away. For higher income earners, like you see Graham Stephan or Kevin on YouTube, their income most likely still substantially surpasses the debt payments, the PITI on all their properties. And now keep in mind, this could also be just when you quit your job. So when you quit your job, you've removed those training wheels from your investing career where now you don't have that backup income to cover any PITI on your properties if something were to happen. And so this just recently happened to me. And now I'm not gonna lie and say that I was actually paying attention to this. I just found this out when I was analyzing a new deal I'm looking on purchasing, walking through it today, day of filming this actually. So I'll keep you updated on that if that leads to something. However, it's just kind of a scary realization to see that, oh, if something did go massively wrong in my investing business and the rental payments didn't cover my debt, I don't have a guaranteed income. I have income, obviously, as a real estate agent, but I don't have a guaranteed income since I quit my job, my W-2 job, to cover those payments. And I think this kind of marks a whole new phase of investing in real estate. The training wheels, like I said, have come off, and there's no going back at this point. For me, going full-time in real estate, this means, like I said, no guaranteed backup income. I need to now make sure I manage my properties well, and I need to pay attention to revenue and cash flow even more now that my portfolio needs to support itself without any backup from myself. And of course, when I talk about revenue and cash flow, my investing goal is that every property I buy will cash flow significantly. So in all reality, you should never need income from any outside source to support your rental property portfolio. And that cash flow that comes off of these properties will either support itself, support the business, the rental property portfolio, or provide you with semi-passive income. However, it's this key transfer point, if you will, that I think is scary, as the title of this video suggests, and also very exciting. You transfer from relying on your W-2 income to support your rental property business, maybe when you bring on a new property and you haven't stabilized it yet, and it negative cash flows because you have vacant units, you're renovating, you're turning those units, to now relying on your rental property portfolio as a whole to support those new deals that have not been stabilized yet. And I think this marks a very cool turning point that goes from where you support your business to now where your business is supporting itself. And for some people, like I said, this starts very early on if you either move into real estate full-time very quickly or you have a low income. And for some people, this may never happen because you're earning ridiculous amounts of money on, say, YouTube, like Graham or Meet Kevin. But I think for a lot of people, this is the phase where exponential growth really starts to occur. As when you buy that first one or two properties, things move relatively slowly, and it can be hard to look at your goals and then look at your progress in those first couple of years investing in real estate and stay motivated because you see how slow things are progressing. But as you get into that third, fourth, fifth, sixth deal, and those debt payments become larger than your W-2 income and or you transfer into real estate full time, and the portfolio's revenue and cash flow start to really grow, and the portfolio is supporting itself, the business is supporting itself, things start to really grow quickly because that cash flow can go into savings, you can buy more properties quicker, and you're working full time in real estate, and so things take off exponentially. And so I wanted to just share this part of my journey with you guys today. Like I said, nothing really educational today. However, there are these turning points in real estate where buying your first rental property, huge turning point. You've made the first step towards growing a rental property portfolio. And for me, that next step is where I've bought enough rental properties, and I've also left my W-2 job that the debts surpass my W-2, and I really need to operate my business well and pay attention to cash flow and revenue to make sure I'm always profitable and moving in the right direction. Now, of course, you have reserves, so it's not like if I were negative on a property, I'd be out of money immediately. But the point is, it's just a cool thing to notice and another thing to keep in mind as you grow in your investing journey. And I think maybe for some people, this is another place where people will get held up due to fear. So I think there's a lot of hobby investors out there that maybe get past the fear level from buying their first property, and they end up buying 2 or 3 properties. But then they stop again because they had that crutch of their W-2 income. and then they stop, and that's all they do. They buy 3 properties, which is fantastic, and if that's all you do, that's still substantially better than the majority. However, they might use that as an excuse to stop. They're good, not move forward with real estate investing, but just keep those 3 properties or whatever. So another sticking point just to be aware of as you guys progress through your real estate investing journey, and to acknowledge the fear, but move forward as things are really going to take off from here. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate you all kind of following me through my real estate investing journey. As I've said multiple times, I'm no expert. I would like to say I'm educated in these topics, and I'm not sharing nonsense with you guys. However, I'm sharing my journey with you so that we can grow together and progress together. Hopefully some of you guys get into real estate or buy that next property. So I wanted to share this part of my real estate investing journey with you. So thank you so much, guys. Really appreciate you all showing the support that you have, and I'll see you all in the next video.